we're in the era where getting canceled kind of helps you. What's your opinion on this? Is this targeted stuff coming up to an election? Is this just, people seeing an opportunity to be banned on Twitter and don't think it's going to affect their bottom line unless it's positively? What's your take on this?
Well, there are lots of people, like we said originally, that are being banned. For example, Babylon Bee had a similar suspension when they said Man of the Year awards in their satire post. Yeah, there we go. Twitter suspends Babylon Bee for naming Rachel Levine Man of the Year. And obviously Babylon Bee are a satirical... Why are you laughing?
Because I'm wondering if our viewers are confused, and I want to tell them that it's not the scientist from the Independence Day movie. Just want to clear that up. Rachel Levine is not the scientist from Independence Day. Carry on, Lewis. Nor is it the dreadlock people from Matrix 2. That's also not who that is. Did I get you off track, Lewis?
Yeah, you did, briefly.
My apologies.
That's all right, mate. No worries, I forgive you. But we're seeing a current trend. When the news, of course, is to do with this particular subject, people obviously like to talk about it. Of course, it needs to be spoken about, in my opinion, especially with Leah Thomas, the swimmer recently, who, of course, won in the women's championship and received a medal for it. It's striking because Twitter now has its own playground rules, and we must follow it. And if we don't follow it, then of course you're accused of wrongthink, and you're sent to their version of a gulag, which is of course suspension. And you're now starting to see this, and this has been going on for a long, long time. And you're now starting to see that it is a clear violation of whether it be free speech, free expression. But on top of that, there's a clear bias against specific politically leaning individuals. Any excuse you can get to ban someone that they don't like, they'll do. For example, some that we know, of course, Steve Laws, that I've interviewed before for Rebel, he was, of course, banned this morning. No warning, no given reason to why his suspension occurred. And he, of course, has been covering the illegal immigration crisis happening in Britain, where illegal immigrants are coming over from Calais using the English Channel and then settling in Dover before being transferred to the nearest hotel or coached around to all the hotels within England. So him documenting this, of course, Twitter doesn't like. So any excuse to ban someone now that they accuse of wrongthink is becoming the clear pattern and has been for years. So it's no surprise to me that there is some sort of window now of opportunity for Twitter to go on some sort of purge or rampage against anyone who they believe is using wrongthink.
Yeah, and this comes at a time where I think they've noticed that the pushback against transgenderism in terms of, naming people as a woman who were formerly a man or still have male genitalia, frankly, and men and women's sports, this is the peak of the pushback on it. So they've suspended him. The Patreon got rid of Sydney Watson last night. Twitter banned Savannah Hernandez after she had all this viral coverage from the Leah Thomas events. Now they use different means to ban them. Obviously, Charlie Kirk's is dead naming. Savannah Hernandez is circumventing a previous ban. But this stuff wasn't a problem until they started saying this stuff. I'm sure so many people do things that are violating Twitter's terms of service all the time, and people who have big names, but they just wait for the opportunity to do it when it benefits them most. And this is the time, I think, that they've identified, the powers that be, let's say, that they're getting the highest amount of pushback ever on this sort of topic. Nobody cares, and we'll get to Disney next. Nobody cares that Disney's boycotting things. Nobody cares that ESPN staging a walkout during a 44-4 women's basketball game. Nobody cares that, what am I saying here? Nobody cares that Leah Thomas is saying that he's a woman, so much so that he threw the last 2 races, in my opinion. Came in last and 5th. Still 5th fastest in the country, if you can believe it. Before that, the only person he's lost to was another transgender person.
Oh, hey guys, thanks for watching. That's a clip from our Rebel News daily live stream where we talk about the news of the day in an unscripted and interactive way. It's co-hosted at noon Eastern or 10 Mountain Standard Time by me on Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. And on Wednesdays and Fridays, we've got rotating co-hosting happening from some of our other on-air talent. So good news, there's something for everybody. We broadcast on YouTube. But if you want the full uncensored version, you're going to have to find us on Rumble, Super U, and Odyssey. And be sure to sign up for our rebelnews.com emails so that you never miss us when we go live.